Hello everyone and welcome to the Napping Mouse. My name is Bernice. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make side tucks, okay? This is one of the side tucks that we created right here, and these are the embellishments that we have done in the past, the tags, but this is one of the side tucks that we are going to create. And also the other side tuck will be this one here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's another side tuck that we'll be creating. And also I'm going to have a bonus surprise of how I created this cluster right here to cover up a mistake that I had done in the past. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to show you how to collect flowers from thrift stores or the dollar stores, that you can create your own flower like this and make it your own. Okay. All right. Well, I am so happy that you're here, and now grab your favorite drink and let's get crafting. Okay, folks, so the supplies that we're going to be needing today is various types of paper. This one here is 4 by 6, and we'll be cutting this in half. So give or take around there, or any kind of scrap paper that you have around this size, okay? And I've got the plain ones and also the decorated ones. Some embellishments like this, some of the die cuts that you have. If you want to use ribbons, you can go ahead and use different ribbons, different laces. And then I've got some flower here that I'm going to use on one of them. And then if you have mesh or different kinds of ribbons like this, laces, that'll work as well. I'm going to see if I can incorporate this feather in one of mine. Buttons, blings, anything like that, that will work out. Okay. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we need to decide is which page we're going to put this in. And I've already marked it, but this is one of the pages I want to do the side tuck. I'm not going to take the page out. I think that it'll be easier to go ahead and work with it as is. Okay, and then I found 2 of these, which I went ahead and cut it, or I just actually tore it, didn't even cut it. If you want to use ink to ink the edges here to give it a more distressed look, I'm using Versamark here in 154 bark, but any color like this would work. And I'm going to distress it. Normally I don't do it on camera. I do it, if I do anything to my projects, I'll do it off camera, especially, well, the inking at least, but yeah, it's just easier to do it before you glue everything down. And it does give it a more distressed look. Now, this one, I guess my ink is drying up here, so I have to get more. But you kind of get the idea that it does kind of pop out, and it makes it more distressed. Okay, so I decided to go with 2, and what my plan is that I'm going to create a big side tuck that goes here, and then a smaller side tuck to go here, and utilize the paper. So first thing we'll do is glue this down, and I'll just use the art glitter glue and just put a thin strip of it on the side, and I'm going to give it about 1/8 of an inch distance between the side and the bottom. Okay, I'll do that. And then let's go ahead and glue this guy down. There we go. That is good enough. And again, I'll give it 1/8 of an inch just to show interest. And that's on the side and the bottom. Can you see that? And I do like to press it down. Oh, and one good thing to do is get yourself some scrap paper. I actually cut up magazines that I don't use anymore, or that, I just don't like to throw away especially the magazines, and then just use it. It also helps me see where the edge of the page is, and then it protects anything underneath it. Okay. All right. So then let's see. I did want to incorporate this mesh here. So I'm going to scrunch that up. So I've got my hot glue gun on actually, and I'm going to use that. But when you use hot glue, folks, do be careful, because you can burn yourself. Now, I do have a little thing to protect myself, but I don't have it on me right now. But I'm just going to mush it up. Okay, mush it up, make it look kind of bunched up, ruffled, that sort of stuff. Put a little bit more. Now, you can see the hot glue gun, and it is yellow, but we're going to cover that with the feather, okay? All right, there we go. And actually, that's still tacky, so I may be able to put the feather down without adding any more hot glue. And I just think that looks, I think it just gives it a pizzazz to it. So let me put a little bit underneath it so it won't come up. Been having a cold lately, and that's why my throat has just been so raggedy, so like bunchy. Well, I want to put this on top of it, okay? I mean, you could add, if you wanted to, like this would look beautiful as well. You know, I could still see the mesh from underneath it and the lace, and that would look nice. You can go with something maybe a little bit smaller like this. That'll look nice as well. What else? That's small. Huh. Or maybe put that behind it just to give it some interest and glue that down. That kind of looks nice like that. I do like that. Let me see. Do I still want to do that way then? If you use any kind of flowers like this, you're going to need to cut the bottom here or remove the bottom. And let's see. Sometimes it'll give a great like lift so that you don't have to put any kind of dimensional like that, but you would need to glue that down. Yeah, see, that looks good too. Oh, poop. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do that since I already cut this all apart, and I'm going to put a big blob of glue right there in the center, since we're dealing with the fuzziness of the feather. Okay. I know sometimes I have hard crafting and talking at the same time. All right, that's going to start. So I got to do this. Another thing that I could have done with this is that I could have taken this flower apart and put a brad in the center. Here, I'll show you that in a minute. Let me just glue all this down so it'll stay down. And I've got this here that I don't want it to show, so I'm going to put like a button there or something. So kind of like what I did with the small flowers, I'll do with the big flower. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, there we go. Let's add that, push that down. Okay, yes, I do like that. I did like that. Just adds some color and some brightness and some sheen. I'm actually going to glue this down here in the very back just to add some interest as well. Now, I don't have to do it here on the bottom. I can actually do it on the side over here, which will look just as great. This one, I've cut it in the bottom part, or I could do it there too. That will look nice. I'll just leave it like that and add it at an angle. And if you think I should have done it differently, then let me know in the comments. I would love to hear other people's ideas as well. Okay, that was pretty quick. So let's add some of the tags that we've created in the past from other projects. There you go. And these are the flowers that I was talking about, and I'll show you what I did. So we can add that, and we can add another one here. So yes, I totally like that. That came out good. Okay, so let me talk about the flowers, and then we'll work on our second side tuck, okay? And also, before I forget, to save these two, because you can use these as well. Don't think about throwing the leaves away, because the leaves could be useful as well, and it would make the project look really nice, okay? So keep that in mind. Yeah, don't throw those away. Just keep them in a separate package, or however you organize your flowers or your supplies. Okay, folks, I know my desk may look like a mess here. I'll try to cover a lot of this stuff, but look, I even added the leaves here, and I did think it looked pretty great, pretty cool. So when I remove this, it will stick out a little bit through, but it's gonna kind of show, oh, look, there's some kind of surprise over there. So yeah, I did like the way this turned out, so let me know. But we're gonna be working on our second side tuck here. Let me get to that page as well. I did mark it. Okay, and there's still a lot here to fill as well. Oh, there's my second side tuck. Okay, so there's two things going on with this page here. We're going to create the side tuck to complete it here, but also I accidentally cut the wrong measurements, and so I decided to tape it, but of course you see the tape over here and it doesn't look good. So we're going to do something with that to remedy that. But first we'll create the side tuck. So I've got my papers here. We can do something a little bit different. Okay, so say for example, you have an image like this. If I were to cut this out like that, that could be a side tuck as well. And I don't have to put it on the outer part of the album. I could put it on the inner part or closest to the spine. So let me show you. I'll go ahead and fussy cut that out. I found my black scissors, but at least I've got backup here. Okay, so I can go fussy cut this out as much or as least as I want, and consider the image to be the side tuck itself. Okay, so let me show you. I hope everyone is doing well today, and if you like what you see, then consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join us, and also there's going to be a lot more videos that I'm going to be posting out there too, so I'm getting ready for a lot of things. My son is getting married next weekend, and so we are going to have a crazy week. Okay, so there we go. And actually, I probably didn't even need to cut this part here. So if you make a mistake like that and you wanted to continue on, what you can do is just turn it over and tape it and glue it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually create this as the side tuck. But another thing I could probably remedy that is to put like another paper underneath it. Okay, make that a little longer. Like that. I'm not a fan, to be honest with you. Let's see, put that underneath it. You know what? We probably don't even need to deal with it. So let's see how this is going to turn out. I'm actually just going to put a bead of glue right there. And I'll put a thicker bead of glue because, you know, I want it to have the most sturdiness and the paper stay down and not flop over. Maybe I'll put a little bit under here. There we go. And again, what would have been really cool is if I did ink the edges of the paper to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay. So, and now this one here, I can leave it blank, or I can maybe put something right here, decorate something right here, and then this could be like a writing spot as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I know that's a lot of glue right there, but let's make sure I'll crumble it up first, kind of make it look like a nest. And then carefully, if you don't use your fingers, like another tool. I usually use like my chopsticks, to be honest with you, to put this down. But if you don't, then use like your scissors or something else for that. And also, if you like a part of this, but you don't like say, I don't want to deal with the strawberries, you can cover that strawberries with other images too. Like this would look really nice. See if I can open that up. Yeah, that'll look nice. And then, let's move it up so it doesn't get into part of that. So yeah, let's see. Do I have my most of this coming up. I sure do. I sure do. Okay, I'm happy with that. And say, for example, okay, I'm not a fan of the strawberries, so I can go ahead and I can use another image here. Now, if you have like a full image like this, just cut the edges there. I'm going to see if there's one without, could I do this? And because this is the edge, I can actually glue it onto the spine itself. It's not going to get in the way of opening or closing. So yeah, that's good right there. Okay, so let's do that. Do I need that leaf? Let's leave the leaf there. I will leave the leaf there, but I'm going to put glue on all of it. And I will cover the strawberries. I will line it up with the spine right there. Okay, there we go. And then this, I could add another one, or I've got like even a stamp here. That'll look nice. I do like that stamp, and then I'll find a butterfly to cover that up too. Oh, wait. We'll do this here. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Perfect. Love it. I do like it. Now, this may bug me, so I may have to fussy cut this here. A little bit of that out. I'll still check to see what I can do. And I still have time to push or pull some of the mesh here out of it. So yes, that looks good. Okay. And well, I'm not sure about this one either, but I'll kind of just live with it for now. Got some of these here that I could embellish it more or put it in the center here. What do you think? I'll just embellish it like that. And I'll put this glue here. And then in the meantime, I have a butterfly stamp, which I'm going to go ahead and stamp out a butterfly. But if you do have another image or button or anything else with it, like look at this flower. I could put the flower on top of there. Well, maybe not. No, that's not going to look good. Okay, let me get my butterfly. Got this butterfly image stamp here. And let's see, do we want a blue one? How would a blue one look? Kind of different, that's for sure. Let's see, what about this gold one? I think the gold one would look nice. Yeah, I think the gold one. I like the gold one. Okay, so we'll do that. And from the other video that I showed you from a previous video, if you want to manipulate like any of the images, you can go ahead and press them and kind of stick them out, make it look a little 3D as well. And then I've seen some, which I don't have it now, but I've seen some that people put like pearls, like a small one on top and then a bigger one here on the bottom. And it does make it look really, really cute. Really, really special. Okay. All right, then let's see. And then I said I was going to cover that. So let's see what we can do to cover that, to remedy that, which is not part of this video, but I did want to show you things that you can fix. So let's see. I've got this paper here. Mila, what are you doing? Okay, so this is my kitty cat, Mila. She obviously wants to join in on the fun. I've got 3 cats total. This is the smallest one here. And I'm going to go get some paper for that, and I will be right back. Okay, everybody, so I'm back, and I'm going to try to clear up as much as possible here, so at least it won't look like a big mess. But I wanted you to see. So what I end up doing is I end up gathering strips and images and some lace here, and I created like a large ribbon here, like a paper ribbon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it on here, and then I'll see if I can turn it over. If I can't turn it over, I'll just cut the side over there, and then I'll glue it to the back. Actually, maybe I should do it this way first, because it'll be a lot easier to cut. And then I also can extend it to the spine here, and it'll still look good. But the most important thing is that everything is going to be covered, okay? So let's get that glue. And then later on, if I decide to add some more embellishments to it, like more buttons or more flowers or even some lace that I've ended up cutting up, or having like pieces of scraps from doing other projects that will look just as well too. Like I can add like even strips of lace. Let me see, like for example, like I save these little things and I even ask you to save it, just because I can add like a little strip of lace over there, or lace over here, and put a button over there, and it just adds character to this whole project. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to cut the side. One of the bad things about having to you know, decorate and craft and all this, that soon your desk gets really, really cluttered, like real quick. Okay, so this one, well, I could do it at the end, but this one doesn't really reach the end, but I could still add stuff to it. Okay, for the most part, my my thing is covered, this tape that you can see. I'm sure you can see it still on camera too, because it is shiny. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then also, let's see, to match it up. If some of it is sticking out, that's fine. Okay, actually that matched up really well. I was surprised with that. Okay, but let's go ahead and do this. And then if you want to, you can put a book on top of it. Make sure. But I'm not so concerned because, no, I still see some here, which later on I can go ahead and add to it and still cover it up. Like that will look cute right there. So I'm just going to add it. Maybe I have to use this glue here. The wet glue works well with the lace or any kind of fabric. It just takes forever to dry. Okay, like forever. So, but I am confident that it's going to stay there. Now let's see, I have another one here. Put a little bling right there too. Let's just do that. Cover up those edges there. And then if you do use the wet glue with any kind of material, like plastic material or lace or whatever, you can use a little, like a clip to keep it together so that it will stay until it dries. I've got enough glue there. I'm just going to leave it like that. But do you see how the way it turns out? I use glue, actually the liquid glue with this one too, and so I'm still waiting for that to dry, but that did turn out good. Okay, so now let's put some of my cards here that I've made underneath this tuck spot. Now will it stay? Yeah, it's pretty snug. It is pretty snug. Oh, okay, I've got this flower. So that flower will look nice, kind of sticking out right there. Okay, so that's that page right there. And here's another one, an unforeseen thing that we were going to do. I actually did not have this planned here, but that's another way of covering, is just get up all your clusters and all your extra stuff and then go ahead and create your own ribbon, and that would look nice. Okay, so let's see. That was a side tuck. Okay, folks, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And also, I will be having some more tutorials coming up, okay? I'm working like really hard to get them out there because I know that once I go to my son's wedding, I'm not going to have time for anything, okay? Well, you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye.